Hey everybody, this is Chris. Welcome to All Things Cool and Common. This is a special YouTube video. What we're about to see in the next few moments is a large lot of Star Trek sci-fi paperback novels and a couple of surprises for promoting my upcoming WhatNot show, July 16th, 2025. All right, just came into this great lot of Star Trek stuff. I figured this is probably the best way to showcase it, and hope you can join me on July 16th, 2025. That's a Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for an awesome sci-fi Star Trek book show. All right, let's get to it. To start out, we've got a little bit of the OG run of Star Trek. Here it is. That is the first ever Star Trek paperback right there. The exciting new NBC TV series. If only they knew. That's the first one. So popular, there's number 2. We've got Star Trek 3, Star Trek 6, and Star Trek 11. All these books, some of these books are literally brand new. Some of them are gently read. They've all got some kind of, the ones that are read are a little older, from the 70s and the early 80s. May have a little tanning on them. When you stop by the show on July 16th, you'll see them in detail. All right. From the publisher Pocket. All right, we've got some more Star Trek books. We've got Star Trek Strangers from the Sky by Margaret Wander Bonanno. Star Trek Triangle, Sandra Marshak and Myrna Culbreth. Star Trek The Vulcan Academy Murders. I hate when that happens. Star Trek Deep Domain, novel by Howard Weinstein. Before the show, I'll go through these books. I'll have them cleaned up a little bit. Any stickers or marks removed. Star Trek Bloodthirst, J.M. Dillard. Star Trek The Idic Epidemic. I don't know if anybody else wants to read about epidemics these days, but there you go. It's the Idic Epidemic. Say that 3 times fast. A little more of the pocket books, so to speak. Time for Yesterday, A.C. Crispin. Nice. Wonder who did that art. That's a cool one. A.C. Crispin. Star Trek Time Trap, David Dvorkin. Star Trek 3-Minute Universe, Barbara Paul. Star Trek The Final Nexus, Jean DeWeese. Star Trek Vulcan's Glory. Looks like an old school story. DC Fontana. Captain Pike on the cover there. This one's never been read. Brand new. Very cool. Star Trek Double Double. Michael Jan Friedman. Yes, the doppelganger is back. All right. And, while I have it here, the last of the Pocket publisher books, Star Trek Rules of Engagement. All right, so that takes us through the Pocket books. Up next, right, those were the numbered pocket books. Now here come pocket books that were not part of the numbered series. Or, hold on a sec. No, I apologize. These are part of the numbered series as well. Here we go. In any event, my friends, the Trellisane Confrontation, David Dvorkin, number 14. For those playing at home. The Wounded Sky, number 13. Black Fire, Sonny Cooper, number 8. The Entropy Effect, Vonda McIntyre. There you go, number 2. Mutiny on the Enterprise. Hate when that happens. Number 12. The Tears of the Singers, number 19. Star Trek, The Final Frontier. Unread. Star Trek, Prime Directive. Judith and Garfield Reeves Stevens. We've got Star Trek, Spock's World, Diane Duane. This one's a little chewed up. Star Trek, Best Destiny. That might be a giveaway or a freebie. Star Trek, The Lost Years, J.M. Dillard. Star Trek, The Final Reflection, John M. Ford. Star Trek, Shadows on the Sun, Michael Jan Friedman. All right. Let's get this pile off to the side. Show the next little bit here. All right, we've got The Abode of Life by Lee Corey. Unread. Star Trek Log 8, Alan Dean Foster with the Star Trek cartoon series cover. Very cool. We've got the Trellisane Confrontation. I think I might have showed these, yeah? Let's make sure. Triangle, Sandra Marshak and Myrna Culbreth. There we go. I think I got 2 of those. All right, that's cool. All right, up next, we've got the Bantam series of Star Trek books. 8 original Star Trek stories never seen on the screen. Star Trek The New Voyages, edited by Sandra Marshak and Myrna Culbreth. Special intro by the cast of Star Trek. And it was so popular, they came out with The New Voyages number 2. So that'd be a nice twofer right there. Planet of Judgment. Again, these are all Bantam. The New Star Trek Experience. World Without End. Joe Haldeman. I love this one. I've sold this one before. Spock Must Die by James Blish. Poor Spock. Poor Spock. We've got Planet of Judgment, Joe Haldeman. Trek to Mad World, Stephen Golden. The Price of the Phoenix, Sandra Marshak and Myrna Culbreth. Very cool. The Bantam series. I love this series. For those who kind of grew up in the 60s, early 70s, Whitman came out with a authorized TV version series of a number of the top-rated TV shows in the time. So I've actually got a few of these in a couple of my other book shows. Very cool. Really neat illustrations in here. Really cool. He's a little too happy that Kirk's getting taken down right there. Very cool, though. Love the old Whitman. That's a hardcover. All right. We've got the best of Trek. So these were stories from Star Trek magazine compiled and put into a paperback. And again, so popular, they did it twice. All right. The best of Trek 2. Really neat. So that's a nice 2 for set right there. I do have some of the early novelizations of the movies. There is the original Star Trek, the OG Star Trek first movie, Star Trek the Motion Picture, novelization, The Wrath of Khan. Say it with me. Khan! There you go. I feel better now. All right, you will too after you buy The Wrath of Khan on July 16th, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard on WhatNot. and there's Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock. My money, Wrath of Khan, still the best Star Trek movie. Period. Let me know in the comments what you think. All right, then we've got some of the Star Trek logs. So these were published by Ballantine. These were all published by Ballantine. We've got Log 1, Alan Dean Foster. All these were first-timers in print. Log 1, Log 3, Log 4, Log 6, and Log 7. That's a lot of logs. All right, and then last but not least, there are a number of books about Star Trek. Well, let me hit this one first. This is kind of neat. This is an audio adventure dramatic reading with Nimoy and Doohan. Final Frontier, the unknown first adventure of the Enterprise, and a hero named George Samuel Kirk. This, my friends, is an old school cassette recording. How about that? It's got the original insert in there still, and some really cool information. Check that out. How cool is that? 90 minutes, one cassette. Be great to hear their voices again. All right, then books about Trek. We have Letters to Star Trek, Susan Sackett. Letters to Star Trek, Susan Sackett, illustrated. So these are reprints of letters that they received to the production, to the staff, to the actors. And then the making of Star Trek, what it is, how it happened, and how it works. This I've read, and I've sold this one before. This one's in great shape. Spine's nice and clean. It's heavy too. A lot of photos, a lot of cool stuff in there for all your Star Trek geek knowledge. The World of Star Trek, the show the network could not kill. Well, eventually, but we know. David Gerald. Very cool. A little bit of the history, some of the fights they had about script and content. And last but not least, Star Trek Speaks. The wit, wisdom, humor, and philosophy culled directly from the scripts of the greatest TV adventure of all time, created by Gene Roddenberry. Let's find some wisdom and wit here. It is undignified for a woman to play servant to a man who is not hers. Oh, that sound of male ego. You travel halfway across the galaxy and it's still the same song. Mudd's Women episode. There you go. That's kind of cool. It's got different notable quotes with the, yeah, that's nice. Liberty and freedom have to be more than just words. Kirk, the Omega Glory. Very nice. All right, my friends, there you go. That is all the Star Trek books that will be available on Wednesday, July 16th on my WhatNot Sci-Fi Book Show. Hope you can join me. Hit up the links. I'm going to put the links in the video here, so please feel free to click that link. Sign up for WhatNot. Doesn't cost you anything. With your first purchase, you get a $15 credit. I get a little something too, so it's a win-win. And I hope to see you there. Until then, my friends, keep things cool, common, collected. Until next time.